bitch. Everything's going as planned. How do I keep it that way? Keep the Glock in my hand. I did some things I regret. Fucking my nigga girl, sorry the pussy too wet. Niggas be talking that shit. I got authority, I put that shit right to his lip. Pussy, you think you a pimp? You a little bitch, you a little ass little chimp. It ain't no mistake, I'm cool on the outside, inside filled with rage. His bitch ass soul I ate, the pole I wait. I told y'all stay, now you gon' pay. Now y'all gon' get it. I love you bitch, nah I'm just kidding. They love how I switch and now I'm just spinning. Got so much to say about me like it was written. I swear Gabe, I don't like to boat. I don't like y'all niggas, y'all doing the most. My niggas be running around with a toast. I'm carrying guns and I don't got a host. Can't talk to y'all niggas cause y'all niggas fans. These bitches be having my name on they post. I fucked down that same my little hoe, then I ghost. I know you tryna hold it, I will dispose it. They used to laugh at me like I was joking. Now they attracted me like I ain't chosen. I sold a nigga some shit, gave me token. Try bring it back to me like it was broken. This is a masterpiece, we taking over. Yeah, this is a masterpiece, we taking over. Yeah, this all masterpiece. I'ma run up on a nigga with a golden piece. Yeah, she suck on my dick and you kissed her. This ain't no motherfucking mouth, this a Swift. I'm smoking no wood, this ain't no swisher. When she with me, I know that you miss her. You was my nigga, why did you switch her? Now I gotta blow your brains out like Sketcher. You is behind, you need to catch up. Now I'm hanging with BG, I don't switch. When you open your mouth, everyone like answers. That's why I hit from the back like an ambush. That's why my homie told your bitch and gave her back. Now you can't take by that part that my man's took. We don't fuck with you cause we like to chop. You claim that you walking around with a chopstick. We heard you was walking around on some option. No, I gotta shoot him, he gave me no option. Bitch, when you shoot, better hope that they hit me. The chopper is seen, just like it's with me. Pull up to the scene, that chopper come with me. You know when I shoot, I'm taking the kid. Me popping that soup with the top and kick. If I'm rocking with you at the top, when we with me. If my dog in pursuit, better leave quickly. My dog go Scooby-Doo, Jilly for mystery. I ain't just been at home doing nothing. I'm getting funded like I'm a company. Just said he won't bump me, but he gon' jump me. He won't even jump it. That boy running. Funny ass shit. Ooh, it's so funny how they act.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. You haven't missed a thing as we're just about set for the opening kickoff. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. DeAndre Carter returning it. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Washington offense set to take over. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 31, Heineke. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Heineke now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And they're indeed going. Here's Heineke. It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Mike 46.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they'll get this down to the 10.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
On 1st down, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Strip that ball. Mike 46.
To throw is Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Bears have taken the early lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Carter now on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 7 yards, the pickup there. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And a play fake, and now Heineke. He finds his man, complete. That's Reyes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, 35 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, it's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. Fields now to throw. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. Now the Washington offense heading out. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Heineke. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Heineke now from the 50. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And this one is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On 2nd down, here's Heineke again. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. You're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense. And
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw is Heineke. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Toward the pylon, caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Heineke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Again, it's Heineke. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Yeah, he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return, Carter. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll try to throw now. Heineke. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks him, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Fields on 1st down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Back to Montgomery on second down. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Heineke now in the Washington offense. Down by 10. Under a minute 20 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Got McKissick. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
From the 25 on second down, Heineke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
On third down, here's Gibson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Fourth down, Heineke. That one caught. It's the rookie De'Ami Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down, Heineke. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
One last shot now for Heineke. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First carry now for David Montgomery. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Justin Fields at quarterback gets the completion there. CD, what do you think the key is to stopping this talented former Buckeye?
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Rookie quarterbacks have to survive the initiation of the pressure of the NFL. Now, his athleticism can scare you a little bit because if he evades it, he can go a long way. But in the beginning, you want his eyes to go to the rush, not downfield. So bring those extra guys and see if he can handle it.
On second down, Montgomery. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now a give running right is Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. DeAndre Carter back deep. This is taken at the 15. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense ready to take over, and you see Taylor Heineke at the helm in his 2nd season with the football team. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary. Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Heineke got a man. It's Diaby Brown complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Heineke. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down and 8. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Heineke. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 9-yard touchdown there as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Here's Fields. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Into the hands of Bird over the middle. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Out of the gun, Fields. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reyes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A handoff for Gibson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to try and throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Here's Carter now on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this 1st half. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Heineke. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Heineke. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, we said after the turnover on downs, that's almost guaranteed points the other way. But I guess they weren't listening to the broadcast because they did not cash in for any good job to step up defensively.
We get that a lot, don't we? Where we hear a lot of people say they just don't listen to the broadcast. They feel like it works out better for them. It certainly did for this defense, didn't it? They didn't listen. They responded and shut them down.
And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Here's Carter now on the return. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Heineke to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
On 1st down, Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Jamin Davis, the rookie 1st-round pick, in on the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 5 now. Fields. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Back to Montgomery on second down. Great move by Montgomery. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll run with Montgomery. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 4. Gibson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to look.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. Bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On first down, it's Gibson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action now. Here's Heineke. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The credit that sack to Robert Quinn.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable for Grant. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. He's got Mooney. He'll have a first down past the 40. And down to the 19-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Fields going to keep it running right. Fights off the defender. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And off comes to Montgomery. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The DN Jonathan Allen making sure his presence is felt. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
A huge play there in overtime. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Now it's Fields. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. He's at the 50. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Heineke. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, so much for field goal range. They were going for the jugular right there, just trying to end it.
That was definitely a shot play, as they like to call it, a chunk play, whatever term you want to put on it. They were attacking deep downfield, trying to get to the end zone. Really well defended, going up and knocking it away.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. And he finds McLaurin. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica. Shout out to my